to the northern region of the country. So what are you saying? Are you in the studio?
Good evening. Are you in Rome? I say that he looks better in suit. Because the Nigerians tell us they cannot make heaven. Because
honestly, I must say he looked very, very sharp, very, very.
The word. The Pope specifically think of that. He's our president. I mean, when he does it right, we have to praise him. Because he represents us. So
all right, it's nice to have Vice Pierre. But I don't know really.
Well, at least for me, I still prefer our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He looks sharp in that, but that does not mean our thing is our thing. Our thing is our thing. At least we ought to have.
Nobody get up.
Well, how na get up?
Agbada and the cap.
Even Google will not say different.
It's African. That's what we're saying.
I'm not saying that Nigerian thing, but African.
It's an African thing.
It's an African thing.
I bet make una leave my president alone. He came out very well.
But it looked very sharp.
It looked very sharp.
It was just beautiful to see. But let's go on with the conversation. Barrister Curtis, PDBOT, have concerns about fresh moves that the former governor of Kwara State is making about leadership headed by the former Senate President Bukola Saraki to reconcile the party. So that's going to be more formidable ahead of the elections in 2027. Still on 2027, it's useful to us as journalists who focus on political issues in the country. And he has said that, look, he will be waiting for the PDP to do the right thing. Run for president against his principal. But he will be in the PDP and work for the interest of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, while he will also that look, I'm not fighting Fubara. He's my boy. He remains my boy. I'm only fighting people who want to hijack and steal from where they did not work, pushing him, who are stylishly trying to take the political problem really with Governor Siminalayi Fubara. So we look at the political into space. Political pundits are telling us it's not looking like anything that will stop. We have the data of the number of defection senators who have moved to the APC, Labour Party, NNPP will be a major problem for our multi-party democratic structure. Just likely have as a political party structure in Tᴏɪᴛᴛ. That's my own words. He believes that the PDP Labour Party, who are already in a coalition against Tinubu's ambition for really be a coalition. And if indeed we eventually have a coalition ahead of 2027, how strong can the coalition be to really give a tough challenge to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? On Facebook, we're also on YouTube, so you can also all join us on those two platforms. For those who are not in Lagos, who are your friends, family members, loved ones who you think can also benefit from the conversation. Again, senior party sources who have spoken to the media have revealed that the Saraki-led panel's endorsement of Senator Samuel Anyanwu with the PDP Governors Forum, members of the National Working Group that has been called in to solve a problem seems to be creating more problems. That's what the report is giving us. Remember that the PDP has been grappling with internal conflict since the 2023 elections. Sunday, Ude Okoye as the Anyanwu contested it at the Supreme Court. On March 21, the court dismissed his removal. 2025, PDP governors requested the Southeast to put forward a new nominee, resulting in the selection of the deputy scribe, that's Senator Setonji Koshuedo, that's from Badam, April 29. This 27 NEC meeting and the August elective convention, current and former governors appointed Saraki to head a 7-member reconciliation committee on National Chairman Umar Damagom, National Legal Advisor Kamaldeen Ajibade, SAN, and on Anga, the Southeast Zonal Caucus, led by Enugu State. They affirmed Senator Ude Okoye as their preferred candidate for the role and warned that they might reconsider their commitment to the PDP if their decision wins. Even before the 2023 general elections, just recently there was a reconciliation committee also put together by the leadership of the party led by the former governor of Osun State, Olagu. Clearly, now you have the Saraki reconciliation committee causing more problem than resolving the crisis in the PDP. He has said, Iron Yadov Fubara says they're not going to have any of that kind of decision. And if PDP, Barrister, where will PDP
has a problem? And the problem they have is an APC problem.
The PDP has a problem.
Is that APC believes that a stable and solid PDP will put openly pro-APC in PDP continually, that we are seeing a member of one party staying in his party, working for another party, promoting the president at his disposal to ensure that the opposition party understand that and the only way he can do that is to recognize Anyanwu, who is a Wike proxy that they want, to make sure that the PDP, in the poor performance of the AP since 2023, or the prospects of this party, they forget that we have seen this before. This was in AMPP. To the point that the national chairman of AMPP was appointed a political advisor to Obasanjo to have the kind of resources that Wike has got. Why is this impossible or difficult? Because it's a party affair. The so-called injunction that Wike cannot be expelled from the sport. The worst they can do is to go back and cite the party for contempt. The court cannot impose Wike as unashamedly. Then look, I am going to. You are going to work for the president, but you are going to so that the candidate of the PDP will defeat the president for you.
Or what? Why is he so interested in where the PDP zones his presidential ticket?
No.
The presidential candidate in PDP will say no. Although I hold the ticket, but I endorse the president. Yeah.
Just like Apuka. Apuka has done already. We are not going to be in the studio. But for us, it's a reality.
It's a game. For the people, it is our reality.
It's a reality. It's a reality. Whatever happens.
The effect comes back to us.
Yes. Look at what is going on. We have taken every attention now is focused on the politics of 2027. Look at what is happening. You don't want to know because some people quickly pull the deepening level of poverty in the country today. Look at the level of corruption. Yes, the government likes to boast about increased revenue. Oh, we have more money. We've given more money to the governors. What have the governors done with the money? More money has not shown. Nothing. And you know, the reason why Saraki and co are finding things difficult is because the majority of APC governors or PDP governors who are first timers, including the guy in Enugu, Peter Mba and all of that, but it's a cover for themselves to add. And that cover is to ensure that, so if that conflict cannot be resolved, it becomes easier for them to say, okay, so some of them win election on the platform of the party, but claiming that the commissioners left him after an event and said he was a commissioner himself at the point, they lose credibility with even people who are working for them.
In the PDP, but who are openly campaigning or committed to the president, also eventually say, look, this is why we are not committing to the party.
Daytime lovers and deniers with the APC, they talk about with the PDP, they talk about bringing the PDP and loyalty to him and Wike.
Let me ask you this question: does Saraki fall into that category too? For you,
Saraki is a political love to belong to the Tinubu faction of the PDP. Unfortunately, don't forget that the president
you're running mate to Buhari the first time,
So you see that there's not too much comfort for Saraki around Tinubu. But if you understand who Tinubu is, that he sees human beings as tools, tools for him to get what he wants. Now, if Tinubu, he may not deal with Saraki directly. And that's what you are seeing, because Saraki is already leaning towards the Wike faction of the PDP.
By endorsing.
Move towards the Atiku coalition. One will take time.
You've listened to Barrister Curtis, and I think from what he has said, because those that should commit to solving the problem of the party appear Saraki in the PDP. Because again, you look left, right, and center, you're looking for that individual that has got the coming up within the PDP. There's always been that effort to get somebody, a former governor like Chief Olagunsoye, for example, in resolving, clear anti-party activities within the party. Now, the former Senate president took the problems within the PDP. But the Southeast are recognizing Iron as the secretary of the party. In fact, they are saying that if, say, the PDP, I asked you about Wike before we started the show, I'm not impose Wike, for example, on the challenging anything. The last time they had their leadership meeting, you saw when Wike came in, people were on the sidelines. Oh, it means deciding on what the PDP should do, even though as a PDP member, he said clearly, he's not hiding it, that for 2027, do we just conclude that the PDP has no chance of reconciling their differences? One
part is those people that are tools.
First parties, which
they are the one that are tools in the hand of APC.
Okay, the tools in the hands of APC.
Then the second ones are those people that believe that PDP is now poisonous.
Okay.
That it has been poisoned.
Okay.
That they need to liaise with the other people, so that's to move out.
Okay, the coalition people.
Then there are some certain people that even PDP wants to sink today, they will sink. Those are the three parts. Okay. But the first and the second part, those are the ones that have the big whips.
They are the big guys in the PDP.
Big guys in the PDP.
Who can solve the problem?
Who can even solve the problem? And they know that problem cannot be solved, because those ones those that want to go to the coalition knows that.
But they are still in the party of the PDP.
They are still in the party,
they are already planning to move out.
In this particular issue, look, whether some people agree or not, I said that PDP is not ready to expel Wike.
Who's going to bail the cat?
Somebody away from mosques. I have seen mosques again. There are other mosques go there, stealing 3 slippers. For you not to.
The acting chairman, Umar Magom, is allegedly said to be a Wike.
Yes.
So nobody knows who exactly is, the secretary of the party as we speak. Along the line of the National Working Committee, the SCOP, for example, a lot of them seems to be showing more alliance, more allegiance, for example, to Nyesom Wike. Like Barrister Curtis have just said, look at the Saraki, his body language and some of the.
There is no way, even those people such of a way, he wants to marshal in such of a way that he wants to be the rallying point.
What is he rallying for that?
So, no, that is his own style. That has been his style.
And can that style resolve the problem they have now?
When he was Senate president, even under APC, he has a lot of people, PDP people around him now.
That resolved the PDP crisis.
Don't forget the 3 parts that we've talked about. Whether Saraki belongs to the first team or second team or third team, I don't know. But one thing that is certain there is this: if PDP really on second tenure, they want to put success.
Because you can see that Nuruddin appear.
The amount of money and you know how these people spend money, the way they live, of those in luxury lifestyle, unfortunately, is hard
to reconcile
as they want to reconcile the party. And that's exactly what you are saying. Saraki, of course, knows that he needs to forget that. But there's only one tiny object. 2015 was the number of people that left to join. I mean, what was the number of people that left to join the PDP before 2015? Almost everybody wanted to belong to the PDP and the battle for the PDP ticket was fiercer than the battle to win the national election or any election in the country. Because it was believed that once before the party ticket,
of the PDP, you are a winner. Yeah, you are a winner.
This is what we are going to see in 2027. Don't believe in waiting for the right time to come. Everybody wants to go there at the same time. Those that were in the APC who have been fighting and
press members.
They are going to challenge those governors and their team for certain positions, for Senate, and when that does not happen, you are going to see a movement out of the APC to other political parties just to contest.
But Barrister, there are APC members who will argue fell apart. There are people who will always question his point now. Barrister, this is President Bola.
What has Tinubu done to keep peace in the APC?
They will give you the example of Lagos, for example. How he's been able to put it together from 1999 till date. Denying the presidency.
It means, let's tell ourselves the truth. This is a whistle down Tinubu. Even though we are still dealing with the
more power.
But there's a limit to which you can coerce people. And we know people will insist on the right thing. If it doesn't happen, they are going to move out. It is important that we understand something. We are Nigerian people to overturn. What you and I know that in a free and fair election today, the APC will be Saraki. Fair election where people are not constrained to vote for a particular, except Nigerians are living a lie. And the thinking that when the PDP or any political party disappears, it means that they constitute themselves to the opposition. So, to make living easier for them, and not just hope on the fact that, if the immediate political party like the PDP constitute themselves into the opposition party.
Issue of Nigerians putting themselves together into the opposition, because again, for political pundits, there's this fear.
we just listen. From 1990, one party state.
The last election, we had 18 political parties. Okay?
That one, just one room by party office. The non-existence of other political parties. It simply means close other parties and prevent them from voting. But they have not so much impact. Now, you recall that from 1999, Nigeria was a one-party state. So if that's where we are sliding, but you know there are other 8 political. Now it doesn't mean they don't exist. Election when they can't get the ticket of a major party was pushed out of the PDP by Ahmad Ali, who fielded his candidate, Ali's wife, openly, but in a very strategic manner. They say vote for PDP accordingly. So Miriam Ali lost the election to President Tɣᴇ.
Of the Accord party.
Of the Accord, they say vote for PDP accordingly.
Nuruddin, let's quickly take the third issue. So since we are already talking about the possibility of us sliding into a one-party state, it's still 30 p.m. We will open the phone lines for you to be a part of the show. We are on phone with Barrister Curtis Adigban. Calls at this time would interfere. The list is big. The defections makers are more from the PDP to the APC. Because again, the breakdown is showing that senators, about 7 of them, 7 senators have left the PDP. The Rivers State, the 26 lawmakers, although they are still hanging, but everybody knows that. I think they are just waiting because of the for Jigawa 1. Senators who have dumped their parties for the APC, for example, are Senator Adamu Alero, that's from Kebbi State. Francis Ezenwa, Labour Party. That's NMPP from Kano South. He has also gone Den of the Young Progressives Party, YPP, representing PDP to the APC. We have Eyataki Boriswenu of Delta State. You have Hussaini Jalo Kaduna, Adan Mutanko Niger Christian
in a vehicle.
All of
the
these
governors move. Just
talk about what of the man, the senator from Kano.
That's
NMPP.
Although he was from APC before he moved to
but he won on the platform of the NMPP.
The NMPP, yes.
There is problem in NMPP in Kano.
Yes.
Just like I was the 2-term governor of Kebbi until I was appointed the minister and was elected. And then he fell out with the of APC
and defeated Bagudu.
When he did it, his bandwagon effect that swept Kebbi for the PDP. Now, originally, AMPP
or APC.
APP or APC with the merger. And you notice that while the governor of Kebbi was there, Atiku Bagudu was not there. He should have been there. So there is still that politics of division going on there. Now, for Senator Ned Nwoko, he had ambition to be governor in Delta State on the ticket of the APC. You saw that day that he, Festus Keyamo and others were with the governor.
Yes.
You saw that he was a bit cold and reluctant.
Can he go back to the PDP? Double defection.
Oh, he can. There's nothing impossible for Nigerian politics. It's whatever works.
All right, Nuruddin. Yes. Barrister, I'm with you. So I have a very... These
are zombie politicians. You know, wherever your guys go, they move. Look at what happened in the U.S. just about on Friday. First, a big political agenda for the party and for the country was to cut taxes. I'm sure you have heard that the fact to meet and to win the Democrats.
Well, from his party.
He's facing the problem from some members what the Republican Party represents.
And stands for.
You can't find that in our country. Our politicians have no spine. They will always invent reasons why they have to be foolish or fold like paper.
And yet,
the politics of any day. Let me tell you today, anybody, even you, Fuhad, who is talking, if by divine providence of papers, you heard see the one in Kaduna, that is the best they have gotten in recent time.
What he's saying, he himself.
You know, the thing is that politicians say things that they don't believe, but they want you to believe them.
They try to, but he wants us to believe what he's saying.
Yes, he wants to, because it's political correctness.
All right.
And I dare them, like I've said in the past, I am ready. I don't have money to challenge any one of them who is getting to. Yes. They can't do it.
They won't do it. No.
Kaduna.
Pastor has brought a lot to the table, really. And a lot of those things should concern the other Nigerian. How you should ordinarily guide what our politicians should do. You know, he quickly gave the example, for example, president who is from their party, standing for something. You know, again, Barrister has put something, up this evening that's getting me thinking. That look, we like the politics. Oh, this. If there are some people that won't tell you that look, we should carry the University of Politics. Without politics, without principle, without any ideology. They win elections at the end of the day, occupy elective positions, become whatever in the country. At the end of the return of democracy. So why there are people who think it is beautiful to eulogize has kept a lot of Nigerians poor and continue to be poor as we speak. We've always been a one party, say from 1999 till date, but maybe not to this level. When you start to read the number of the campees who are to that particular level where we just have party. So you pity yourself.
I pity Nigerians with this type of politicians. I used to say, what some politicians are laughing after, we collect this, I'm honorable, whatever, I'm senators. It's what some people are dying for. What is the benefit of somebody being a political entity that can make life beneficial to the people?
Better for the people.
Where are they? Now, we give the job of 4 years to president. Yes, what have we achieved? We should break it sector by sector. Do you know that if there is no school you are going to go without paying, the same school that we attended that we are paying 4,000, 3,000 is 250,000 naira. Yeah. The reason why I said I'm that I pity Nigerians is that whatever any politics that is good, but you know how much you are buying rice, how much you are buying gari, the transportation of your children to school now compared to then. How much are you paying on health? Do you know that there are some drugs now? I went to lawsuits last week and I was just crying. They mentioned one accident that we have to go to lawsuit. I bought the same drug. It is over 300% high. Now, but some people will even say the only being that political whatever. Well, what is there? That is what is important to me. Where is that school or private school? They cannot afford stay.
So the studio is he's been out.
But I just manage myself small. I decided to come out for the big
state of public universities. I think Thursday or Friday. For people who may be wondering what Nuruddin is saying about the state.
New universities where we can't take care of the existing ones.
All like Wike say, all fake. They all glorify secondary schools. We know these things. Because again, when we talk, I was just telling Nuruddin before I came on. The reality, it's not the politics they play. They can defect. Let them begin to. That's why I was asking whether the one that Ned Nwoku, for example, that went to APC, hoping to become the governor, maybe can still go back
to that Senate. There are some states like that.
Okay, but what I'm saying is that whether they come back or they don't come back, it would have been nice for the people, the ordinary people, to begin to see the effect of this politicking, this brilliance. Because for me, it's just.
No, they didn't move.
What is in it?
No, they didn't move for
victimology, and some of the experts there was it is time for you to investigate the victim.
Yeah, you don't see that.
Before you need to investigate the victim. Some of them present themselves, say, "I beg, anyhow you want treat me. So far you give me agege bread and say, oh, this man has been generating money for government and the rest of them." I was telling someone, say, individual who are late adolescents / person with highest patient humility under transition. And if you are moving from one state to the other, you want to enter a bend, you don't go with the speed. You need to pause. You are at home. And the question is, when you are at this stage,
were
you not stubborn? You understand it? So that show you the level of the way we understand education. You mentioned Unila. There was a day almost 4 days I was going to Unila without lights. Light as in light. We have a lot of professional of electricity. Unila is supposed to be giving light to Akoka, Yaba,
Bariga.
They didn't say get light.
So they said did not have light. And again, everybody is because any country that will move forward, your approach, your seriousness towards.
As an example, it's not only education.
It's not.
Look, I said he's going to school. What about the health sector?
Don't go.
Barrister. Myself and Nuruddin before the show were having a conversation. And if you know the number of appeals we have to our radio station for people with different kinds of ailments looking for support, you'll be shocked.
These are people who are, when things were okay,
they should have done anything to do. We've tried our best. And so when she reached out again, I was telling her that, look, we are not government looking for the same support. Many. So when we talk about their politics, Barrister, look at the effect. People have kidney issues. There's no support anywhere.
No. When the Titanic was sinking, the sailors, they even say that the ship that they have built, even God could not sink it. And that is the sense Nigeria is right now. Where you say
politicians,
things are not okay. They say whether you like it or not, we are there. What makes you a citizen of a country? We need to love our country. This is what my country has done for me. You are responsible for your water. Private schools, education will collapse completely. There's a case of Lati. Lati was driver to my friend. This is Dahonsi. Without her permission, I'm sorry. Ahaba is dying. Let's get him to the hospital. We took him from Magodo hospital. We first of all went to the hospital by the former toll gate there. That we needed to talk to the chief medical director of that hospital. We then went to no bed space. We went to Bagada, no bed space. We went to Lut, no deposit 800,000.
Because you have the means.
Thereafter, we were told that they couldn't handle the situation. So what we did was to call the then member of the House of Representatives before an order was given for a bed space PM at Lasut, and just when they got him a bed space, the man gave up the ghost. Went to 3-4 different hospitals before someone helped us. So when you become the difference between living and dying in Nigeria, you are kidnapped on the road, it's your family that pays ransom. And smiling, the general who just paid ransom, raised by his friends from being a Nigerian. We win in 2027.
But Barrister,
or they will tell you that, oh, but things have been bad before he.
Governors.
Can you point to any governor that is exceptional?
Barrister, I was in a part of Oyo. We were, there was supposed to be something in Jele. And we were, there was someone that we were anticipating that, oh, this person was going to. When we got to the town, and I said, maybe there is one general hospital in this town. It's a general hospital, government owned. And my wife told me that, that one, general.
Now, to any of the government officials use those.
They don't use it.
Was out of government facility where drugs that were procured for the state, care of the health sector. When they have headache, they jump abroad to treat it. Them and their children don't go to hospitals in Nigeria. They also don't go to schools in Nigeria. You recall the story of 괰ᴜᴜ taking his son to the general hospital in Kaduna, me to jump to the front. He said, no. The people on the queue before me are also human beings. Empathy. Empathy for a fellow human being. You see all this fake personal money to do it.
No, he's government money.
You know what they are doing? They take 1 billion to go and do empowerment. Send me a message, say, are you not afraid of the things you say? I am not. I have
afraid that what will happen.
Myself. Let me tell you, I've told myself now, at this stage, and it's not about myself, the only thing we can, how your Senate president went to Rome and said, what a life of. So it's not that they don't party for people, for their fellow citizens. They want to keep them in need and lack and poverty so that they can, because you have joined the league of those who will do well.
The breakthrough don't happen.
The breakthrough don't happen. And that's it. It should make money. It's for people to go and serve. If you want to make money, start a business or join business.
All right, Barry.
Almost all the big billionaires in Nigeria.
For me, the mistake we are making, what would have done if you want Nigeria to conduct election, in Gala, between Ukraine and Russia, tell Nigeria Security Agency we want to do election there.
In Ukraine, without
Ukraine and Russia, they will do the election perfectly. Because you'll be seeing a helicopter. So for me, what we should be doing is, let's tell country we have comparative advantage in conducting elections so that we can be making money. Issue of governance.
And then what is to be peaceful?
They are going to deploy. It will be peaceful. But if they say,
let all of them continue. Let's save the money.
We talk about coalition of Atiku and what we need eligible Nigerian who refuses to vote. Or you pay 100,000.
See, when people are idle, even the people who are voting, are you counting their votes?
100,000
people will get it now.
It's unfortunate, but it's still political roundtable.
They don't prepare for all journalists that is going to cover.
No. It's just they can excuse us.
They are just on the fancy trick.
You see that conversation at the House of Senate. The man say all those towns in Abuja or the Senate president now, okay, which of the towns that is
where are you to go?
Yes, I know.
Atiku really believes in this coalition. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has disclosed that key figures from the APC, PDP, Labour Party, and other political groups are part of the upcoming coalition aimed at unseating President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in 2027. Atiku by former Kogi State Deputy Governor Simon Achuba. He explained that the coalition, which cuts across party lines, was formed to challenge what he described as the inefficiency and incompetence of the current APC-led, Atiku believes that this coalition would happen. And it's already giving a hint into what the make of the coalition. PDP members, Labour Party members. But for every time he talks about the coalition, there's something that comes to mind. If eventually we get a coalition, Atiku want to lead a coalition again, despite...
You want me to go on?
Yes, go on. Then I allowed Nuruddin and Joseph to round up before we open the phone line.
At least there's a coalition, but the question is the coalition stronger? In the PDP managed suspect in the country today, and they are not willing to come out openly now. These governments are part of that coalition, but they can't come forward now of the APC. But they never came out openly from their party. They were led by Babangida Ali, who called himself the servant governor.
It's nothing.
So I think we understand what he's saying. Now, as to whether who will lead the coalition, who has some level of forbearance. And we saw that in the APC primaries in 2014, 2015. And then Atiku third. Atiku collapsed his structure. In fact, people do not understand that, or they don't know that Garba Shehu he gave to the Buhari campaign. Atiku mobilized his supporters to go to announcement. And from some of the behaviors we have seen, at what they say alone, you also have to look at their antecedents. I don't think the fine thing about Atiku that we have been told is corruption, which has to do with the transaction in PTDF, you know, the money for telecommunication license that happened to him and Obasanjo that time. And what Erufai said, the vice president fought the president to prevent live president. Atiku, if it wasn't for Atiku, governor from government house, sitting Tɣᴇ,
he will kidnap himself
to prevent that from happening. So Atiku's democratic, what it takes to lead. But when it comes to voting for a candidate, it does not mean that the leader of the coalition situation carefully and show that.
Last take we're going to get from you this evening. I need to allow you rest. You're not going to do that. All right, thank you so much, Barrister. Enjoy your holiday. We appreciate you. Sacrifices. He did that when Buhari emerged as the candidate. A coalition does not mean he wants it for himself. He might just get an Atiku to a political party. Do you think Atiku, his body language, what he's saying, what he's doing now, shows that he may make that?
Look at the sacrifice you are talking about. People don't forget. People forget already. Yes. So he's not a politician of yesterday. He's a politician of yesteryears. So, but one thing there is PDP, Labour Party, this party, they will now face this current president that knows how to use power. So, coalition is a company. They will also be looking up to look at the data, what's favor. Did you want to give this one a last shot? Did you want something that will, especially from the south or from the north central? So, the performance of the current government, then he can even look that and gather. Currently now, the body language has not shown
that he will be doing that.
You know, in politics, for you to be able to retain your state, the state Adamawa have been work with some people there. Adamawa have been with PDP.
Coalition. What do you think?
Coalition. I am just anti-coalition.
We are talking about Atiku now. Let's even just leave INEC. When the time comes, we'll talk about that. So for Atiku, yes, it's politics that you know. Do you think that, like Barrister said, we might just get to people that are working with the current president would have been doing to be giving up? They're looking at the person that will solve those problems. Are the people that are there now, are they solving the problem? Are you deliberately avoiding my question? I say, do you politics of Atiku you know? And decide that, look, I don't have to be the one on the ballot. I'm going to support someone else.
Anybody in behaviorals, anybody can change. He can change his mind tomorrow and say, do you know what?
Yes, from what you've known of him so far. Okay.
No, it's possible.
That's the question. And I think that you think it's possible.
It's possible.
All right, thank you. I wanted to by Joseph Folosho, Nuruddin Adegbenro, looking at all the political intrigues from the PDP to the APC, the fear of a one-party state, Atiku statement about like their politics. Oh, they are good, they have the understanding. But what about badly when it comes to how bad we've had it when it comes to governance in this country. 09136, your messages on our Facebook platform and YouTube platform. We'll try and take
Hello, good evening.
Yes.
Malga.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
My name is Lucky from Yanokpaja.
Yes, Mr. Lucky from Yanokpaja. 1 minute.
The truth of the matter is that even in the Bible, God hide this man's heart. Pharaoh, I mean, this was Pharaoh. Pharaoh. He hide the heart to deal with him. So he is afraid of the north of Atiku. He thought if Atiku, forgetting that Obi is Obi, not people Atiku. So I think God wants to hide their heart so that they will disgrace them in 2027. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Lucky. Said Nigerians are looking at Obi.
Bishola from Jota.
Okay, Mr.
So they will have to re-strategize. But for me, it will not be good for Nigeria.
Okay.
Not just finish 8 years of Buhari.
No, thank you. I think I've gotten what you really want to do. All right, that's interesting. Yes, Mr. Kenny, too.
Have a lovely evening.
Thank you so much. How are you doing?
The politicians are the same. They go to where their interest lies. They are not talking about the APC, Tinubu. They have not seen anything good he has done yet. And 2 years is not enough to tackle Nigerian problem. That's the one thing we should know. And a little the man has done. We should praise him.
Agree.
And I'm talking about, I'm not so particular about him. He has never said one thing good about the government.
No.
At least the man has done something.
Okay, okay,
now, for the issue of wait. The principle he has dispensed with.
Okay.
What media houses never make it an issue, make it an agenda to talk on it.
Okay.
But if it has to be, we still have a long way to go. 2 years is not enough to solve all the problems. That's one thing we should do.
Okay.
We know people is fighting for their own interest. When the time comes, when you get to the bridge, we shall cross it.
Okay.
I am very, very particular. Previously, 2015, 2019, after election, you run to the right.
Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. This is Mr. Daniel calling of our medical.
We have this sound at the background. It's so you need to turn down the volume of your radio completely.
Yes, it was my car door. It was open. So I want to talk about the state of our health facilities in the country. One of my boss was seriously asked to come back. She was asked to come back in 3 months' time. Someone that had booked appointment for her 3 months' time. The state of our health.
Discuss politics from now till tomorrow. What Nigerians are looking for is good and quality education so that we're not just discussing politics, we're also looking at governance and the reality of the people. And for Mr. Nuruddin, I don't know where you're picking the fact that he's now down to the APC. He talks about politicians, so you have to talk about party politicking and all of that. I see politicians as the same.
They are the same.
He's not.
I think one thing I would say the person was being honest is he was attacking individuals.
Because when Baista was talking about, you see the general hospital there.
One thing that what some callers will do is that they put the party. We are not politicians. We don't belong to any party. So they put the party they love, the president of everybody, and he's the one on the seat. We are going to be probing what he's doing than somebody that is not our president.
And then for the IMF thing, well, you might not have listened to, or you may not necessarily listen to all our shows, but I think there are shows where we discuss the issue of IMF. But we would always talk about things that really concern the people. So if you ask me about payment of debt, Obasanjo too paid a lot of debt.
No, he even cleared it.
And we came back into the same business.
And we're still taking loan.
And we're still have huge debts as we speak. The business still plenty.
If we are a student of history, that is IMF.
We can come back, again into this studio to say, we have functional hospitals.
Yes.
Good education, good quality, affordable education. We are not too young. I'm sure everybody,
and I showed my daughter. I say, hey.
So although what we will hear now is that we don't have the money to do those things. There was a time I was having an argument with one of the commissioners here in Lagos. A former commissioner, and it was the commitment to doing those things. the people that did it in the past too had every reason to give excuse for not wanting to do it or for why they cannot do it. But because they were committed, I remember when the issue told him he cannot do it, also had different excuses. Rich you pay for what the poor is lacking. And the issue of taxes and all of that came up.
To beg them is, water is so important. The whole federation, you find it difficult to see any country that will boast of said, you know what, people in my state,
they have access to public water.
Including Kogi, that maybe like,
is it that one? What of the one that is, we have island, we have mainland in Lagos.
Pleasure to have you this evening.
Thank you. Ogafos.
Ade.
We have 109 senators, Abi. One of them is giving 1 billion naira to become to APC. Is there anyone can reject?
I don't know. I'm not there.
See him politically is balanced. He has money. He's a politician. He has power. And he's using them at the same time now, 2027, under a platform of PDP. Nobody. Can you stay in a house that there is no roof in the rainy season?
You can't. That PDP house, don't be about roof. They don't even get house again.
Then like tomorrow, somebody like Saraki say he become the APC.
Shebi Barrister was saying that. If not that, you know,
to come back to APC. So that is it, politics. We just give him time. That's funding politically. Not the juju. If the Northerners beat Mr. President Tinubu conditions, because I want us to assist you, to support you in 2027. We don't want this guy now.
Sorry?
Sir, his comment is personal. He's so personal to the northern part of Nigeria now. Not from the northern part of Nigeria anyway.
Okay, the way he's putting his statement is what you're saying.
It was brought by the northern part of Nigeria.
All right. Thank you so much, Madam Salah. All right, God bless you. All right, I now understand what he was trying to say about Wike and politics, the ulamas, the traditional rulers. That look, those are voices that the president will never ignore if they decide to tell the president what they want, and Wike becomes a problem.
It's not. You see the kind of appointments that followed at that particular time.
And they are good evening again, Joshua.
Oga, good evening.
How you doing?
Barrister, I greet you.
We did listen.
Oga Nuruddin, I greet you.
Good evening.
Yeah, I heard you. In fact, I heard you talking about coalition and all that.
Yes.
This President Tinubu right now. Let's be sincere with ourselves. And I know
but Atiku is telling you, I know you are an APC member. But
they have not resolved. You understand? And even Labour Party, they are already saying that no coalition. Oga Fuad, the one of Abure, is still almost the strongest. Any other faction, whether Papa or any other one, you cannot take them
just selective. Abure,
my opinion. Yeah, Oga Fuad, the easiest way to defeat President Tinubu as smooth as possible. If Obi join PDP and PDP join Obi coalition and all that, and they make Obi their candidate, President Tinubu will be in trouble. We'll be in trouble. Even me, there is nothing we can do. There is nothing too much, because one, they will clear. I don't pray their coalition.
It's not about prayer. You think it's about prayer? You just. All right, thank you. Let's see whether we can squeeze in 1 or 2 or 3 messages on our Facebook platform. It's been an interesting The Tᴜɪᴛᴛᴇʀ M𝗆ɪᴛᴛᴇʀ is just saying hello to us. So, good evening, sir. All correct. It's all correct. So, Osimura, all correct, sir. We have Kabiru Adegboro saying, good evening, Oga Fuad and others in the studio. God bless my country. God bless you too. Kanadohi saying the PDP can never stop amusing us from reconciliation for PDP, who will be their presidential candidate. If PDP do not expel this man, I will not take them serious. As for Atiku, his coalition will only work when it diaspora. There are lots of cowards in the PDP today. If they are not, Wike would have gone. If Wike is still in PDP, the party has sunk already. God bless Nigeria, my country. My name is ᴑᴜᴛᴜᴜ. We have 광ᴜᴜ Kazim saying Nigerians are ready to vote for good candidate. The problem, Atiku was vice president for 8 years, and under him, we saw how national assets were sold to his friends. Tinubu is president right now, and Nigerians are crying of hunger. Obi was the governor of Anambra State for 8 years, and he could not turn that state to vote for new candidates. We don't have anything to do. Kazim, you have a lot of work to do too. We are doing our own part of the job. He's the same man. So you can continue to rally people. Look at your community. I like your courage. I like your optimism. But we will always help to also push this same agenda you're pushing. God bless you. We have James Nwachiogbonna saying, distinguished gentlemen in the studio agree to forget it is those who have not contributed anything that would leave the house. One who remained from 2015 to 2021. He called him a boy. I want to ask, what is then Tinubu like? But by how much is Wike paying for all this media charge? Is it his personal money or state funds? James Ogbonna.
It's coming from the state, from FCTV. I have to call.
괰 saying, good evening, honorable members of the self-forgiveness to themselves. Atiku will be upright from a sick bed. Aside this, no matter what people will still remain in the opposition. Okay, I think that's see how long did you have of this is.
When people also tonight are talking about everybody like I always say, Nigerians are the
example of do me and do you.
So
right.
Do me and do you starts with X. I'm trying to. Then there is the part where you are doing your own, you are running your side ladies outside.
So that one I do me and do you.
So that's another do me and do you. So we are talking about.
Well done.
Sometimes he said, her husband,
I decide these people will bring that up on marital matters. This is what we call again Political Roundtable Mainland 98.3 FM. US will also join us via the phone lines. This is what we call today Political Roundtable.